Now that is shocking. It's too hot. Very, very warm here in the UK. No ice, no snow, no cold weather. Just very warm and humid. Because, as I said before, and I said it on Scott Nibiru channel, when we done the interview, we spoke about the temperatures and things as well. It's so much showing now that we've got the binary twin Nemesis is there on the horizons. It's there in the solar system. You can see on this image here the St. Louis cam. Look at the chemtrails. They are very unnatural clouds. Down on the horizon you will have the binary twin. Look how dark it is as well for the time of the day. We're having many short days now. But media still don't want to say a word, and things are rapidly changing. Respect to you all for watching the channel and also watching that interview with Scott. It was great to talk to Scott. He's a great guy. And also Steve Olson, smashing man. He's been holding on to the truth all this time now. The thing is though, basically, we just want other people to know that the binary twin is out there with Nibiru, Hellion, and the moons. They're all there. They're incoming now. And I hope you had a lovely Christmas too. Here you can see on this weather cam, the Laguna Beach cam, you can see basically the darkness, as I showed you before. It's too dark out there. The sun is basically dimming. The reason why it's dimming is because Nemesis is just beside it. Now the thing is, other people are showing on different channels, the binary twin is showing itself now. Look how dark it is on this webcam. It's just very yellow, very dull. Look at the timestamp. It should be very bright. It wasn't like this before, was it? Back in the day, it was never like this. We are now going into darkness. Look at the timestamp there, 3:37 p.m. Look how dark it is. There's those chemtrails, and look on the left-hand side, you can see the pinkness, the reflections from Nemesis. It's too dark. Everywhere in the whole of the world now, it's very, very dark. And on this Boston cam, it proves this. It really does. And I take it from the heart, as I said before, I just really want to show you all what's going on. The binary twin is here, and it's so important that people know this now. On these live fresh cams, look at the timestamp. The redness in the sky is here. The binary twin is here. You can see on this Hawaii cam, this cam here is basically showing the haze in the sky. This is what they pump out on the horizon, this haze. And this Hawaii cam, you can see how dim it's getting as well. The timestamp is 10:39 a.m. It should be very bright. We've got that simulator, that object in front of the sun, that's basically covering the sun. Our sun is being affected, and also now being December, we are starting to see the red haze in the skies, which I'll show you later on this video. But it's important you see that the grey haze that they spray in the skies has come down too low. Many people sooner or later, because I'll tell you what, in the summer of next year we're going to burn. It's going to be too hot. The sun this year, summertime in the UK, was burning the clouds, burning the hydrogen off them. And I witnessed that with my own eyes. And now it's going to get worse the next swing round. On this Breckenridge ski cam, you can see basically that the sun is dimming. You can see the yellowness on the snow and also the yellowness on the trees. For the timestamp at 1:41 p.m. last year, I looked at this cam and I noticed that the sky was a lot brighter, a hell of a lot brighter than what it is now on this cam. So you can see that we're getting like an evening dimness. Here on the Chicago cam, you can see the timestamp and the time, 2:42 p.m. and you can see basically the yellowness again. It's happening all over the world. We are dimming and darkening. The reflections prove it. And I'll tell you something, next summer, as I said before, we're going to see some really bright skies. We're going to see the sun that's going to be burning twice as much as Nemesis is taking the effect of the sun's core now. It's drawing, sucking the energy out of our sun, and we are in trouble. This is the New York skyline cam. You can see how dark it's getting for that time of the day. Very, very dark. We are slowly heading into a eclipse with Nemesis, Nibiru and its moons. It really is important now that we do prepare and prep. It really is very, very important. and also speaking to Scott on his Nibiru channel. It's very important, some of the things that he said and I said. It's very, very true that we have to stick together now as a community and be an alliance to this situation. We've got to be strong because we've got so many negative people out there that are trying to push the truth away from us. It's time to start being strong now, and it's so important because you know there's something wrong with our skies. Things are darkening too much. The city lights on them towers, they turn on at too early of the day. Little signs, little things that you've got to notice, little differences. It's so important. On this Sandy Hook cams, you can see basically on the right hand side the reflection from Nemesis. The pinkness above there, you can see that on the skyline as the sun's the other side. This cam has been showing the same situation for weeks, and every time the binary twin is reflecting off that horizon. So it's important to check this cam every single day, because once them clouds descend, it's always the same type of cloud that they put in the sky that they're spraying. They're spraying the same shape to hide the Nibiru system. It's really there now. You've got to understand this. This is a true situation, and government are hiding it from us. They really are hiding it from us. I tried to put up another video earlier on and it got thrown off. So I thought it best to do another video. I think that basically we're heading close to the truth now, and I think they're just trying to monocle everything, trying to cause people to not notice things. I've noticed as well that other videos get sent to the archive, so not so many people see them. But I'm just going to keep going at the end of the day. We've just got to keep fighting for the truth and seeing what's going on, because we know that there's something there, and it's not going anywhere. It's huge. It's got a 3,600 year orbit, and it's come back. And government and military don't know what to do about it. They really don't. All they can do now is just trying to pull the wool to the very end. And as Scott said, when they go down to their bunkers, they haven't got a chance, because the Earth will turn into a red-hot fireball. And all these molecules and things and small amounts of rays and things like that coming from the binary twin will hammer straight through the planet, straight to its core. So these underground bunkers won't last 5 minutes. They're in the same situation as us. As I said before, though, if they're colonizing Mars, I'm not too sure, but I'm looking into this. Because I tell you what, I wouldn't put past anything with the government and NASA now. If they're doing that now, choosing who they want to put on that planet Mars, it's beggars belief. Because at the end of the day, I really truly want to see what's going on. I'm going to look into it and see what's going on, because it's so important that we get the truth out there before a big event happens. We need to prepare for this. This is the NASA Newsstream cam. Now the thing is, a very kind, respectable man called Cryptic Star, very genuine chap. He basically watches this NASA Ustream cam every day without fail, and it's so important basically because showing on this screen here, there's a lot of lens flare. The only thing is, with that hexagon shape, is the hexagon shape of the simulator that they've got in front of our sun. You can look on the background though. Can you see that that green ring and that black sort of object? I believe that that is one of the objects that basically we're trying to track. And being the brown dwarf star, you can see it only by the sun reflecting with infrared technology, and NASA's clocking it right now. Thing is though, basically we're going to go to other cams, because as I said before, just checking everything is just so important. But let me tell you something, that simulator is real. They designed it back in the 1940s, 1950s, and now they're using it. The reason why they're using it is to cover our eyes, for us not to see the truth. Just want to keep our eyes down. It's only because they want to save their trillions and trillions of dollars. For what? At the end of the day, the bunkers are not going to work. The underground cities will perish. It's 100%. Can you see this image here? Now the thing is, basically you can see the sun just on the tip of the International Space Station there. Now the thing is, though, basically it's getting interesting because at the end of the day, we know that those heavenly bodies are up there, you see. It's just catching it at the right time. And also many subscribers are watching the channel and they're watching these cams as well. It's very interesting to try and catch these heavenly bodies, which they are out there, and the sun will reflect off them. If you look at the skies here in the UK and around the world, 5:30, 6 o'clock, you'll see the Nibiru redness, reflections of Nibiru, and then the sun will come up about half an hour after that. It's just looking at the skies, you can see them spraying as well, the skies. There's objects out there and people have got good eyes to notice these celestial bodies. So anyway, also respect to Dill Martin, who's doing a fantastic job, and so everybody else really, they're all doing great jobs. It's so fantastic that Steve Olsen's come back now and he's big and strong now, and it's great to hear Wayne as well on his channel. So respect to the pair of you as well. I'm going to go to another cam now. Here is this Iceland cam. Now the thing is though, the cam is pointing a bit higher than what the celestial body is there on the bottom right hand corner. Do you remember I did this video before? A couple of days ago I showed you the same image, but it's got lower. Now the thing is though, you can't turn this cam, which I could really, but basically it's so important that that object is there. You can see it just on the horizon there on the right hand side. This is a Lake Michigan cam. You can see here on the horizon the pinkness just there reflecting, and also the darkness. Time is 4 o'clock, but you can see the reflections of the trees and the sea as well, the redness from the binary twin and the beach as well. So basically we're getting all these colours now through the skies. The haze in the background is chemtrailing. The chemtrail, as I say, first thing in the morning, and this toxic streak in the sky. And also you saw that video this morning that I basically showed you these secret special military planes that they use with these huge satellite tracking devices. Technology is huge. They're 30 years ahead of us with our technology. So basically just viewing the cams all the time. Also the horizons is very important. About 3 o'clock here in the UK you can see that they've chemtrailed crazily in the skies. I know in Cornwall there's near Newquay there's a special Air Force base there, and I noticed them planes going up. There was about 7 of them, and they all started chemtrailing. Now the thing is though, they've been doing this for years, and they're just wasting time with the situation because the binary twin and Nibiru are absolutely huge heavenly bodies that they're covering up the skies and everything. It's just getting to a point now that we just need to keep focused and keep looking at the skies. And thank you very much for all your images you're sending in. Now look at this, it's important. If you keep looking closely on the horizon, you can see the reflections moving behind them chemtrails at the bottom right hand corner along the horizon. So important that you see this. But as I say, I will show all your images if you send me images to my email, and I'll show them on the screen because they're fantastic. There's no doubt in it now. The cams don't lie, and you can see them red reflections. Can you see? It's so important to look at them skies. Just look at this cam as I'm talking to you now, and you can see the red reflections. It's so important because they are coming in hard. Those asteroids, those comets, the trash that's being pulled by these heavenly bodies are there now. It's getting to a point now where as I said before, we are seeing all the reflections of these situations. As soon as the binary twin passes our Earth, we're in deep, deep trouble because we're going to have huge asteroids land on our surface. Please look up. Also on the internet as well, there's web pages that show you the truth. But the thing is, the government keep pasting them with adverts that pile on top of them so you can't see what's being said. They've been doing this for years now. They smear lies to hide the truth. It's been going on too long, and more people are starting to waken up to this now. This is another live Earth cam. Silver Lake Sands Dunes cam. You can see it's very windy there. You can see that the cam's moving around left to right. Look at the horizon, the yellowness. Also look at the time, it's 4:04 PM. And also the redness on the ground. See, you can see basically you can see the red reflections of everything, the yellowness as well. and on the horizons. Skies are changing, and it's so important, as I said before, that we really, really need to see these cams and also be a community about this. We all need to stand together now and forget about the negative messages and the disinformation, because it's all coming in now, and we really need to look at this. It's there now 100%. Since the very first time I did the channels, the very first channel. Since then, and you know as well, the skies have slowly changed over the months. They really have. Look at this weather cam. It's also in the USA. Look at the timestamp. Look how dark it is. Look how them chems are being pushed down now. They're getting lower every single day. Please don't believe it's fog, because fog goes lower. It goes right to the floor. These are chems that are being pushed right down. They are spraying so hard, so thick now that we can't see nothing. And over there, that part of the world, I just hope that people would understand that things are getting too dark. And I'm going to now show you a piece of footage of Steve Olson and Wayne to basically let you know what their thoughts are on things and the way things are. So respect to them as well, and I'll show you the footage.
It's Steve Olson and Wayne Steiger. Hi, Wayne.
How you doing, Steve?
Doing great. And it is Monday, December 26th, and just wanted to get back on, do a video today. A lot has happened in the last couple of days, hasn't it, Wayne?
Yeah, it really, I think I believe what really impacts this as the unfolding developments continue is the fact that when you get the satellite data and you go to multiple sources of where we're scanning the skies and you start to come to the same conclusion, I think that's why this news that this cloud that we're into has this, apparently this I don't know if it's the element is more there or it's the fact that it's just so concentrated. And speaking of helium-3 and helium-4, Steve.
Right. So what I'm looking at, and I'm going to just shut off my video to save bandwidth because we've been under attack today, Wayne.
Good. Yeah, I can appreciate that.
Yep. So I'm just going to save some bandwidth here. And so Todd from the Higher Truth channel, I want to call him out real quick. And what I wanted to say to him was thank you for putting all this information out and really making us accountable to also put this information out. We're not trying to hide anything. I would go back to the summer when we were looking at the halo that we've been observing around the sun, and in every literal continent we've gotten pictures of the halo. My point being is that we had advice from our physicists that said that that was probably a buildup of dust and helium. And we kind of passed over that. And I had no idea it was as important as what he had said from the Higher Truth channel. So I encourage everybody to also, in addition to watching today's videos, to go to Higher Truth, check out his videos. He has been under constant attack because of his truth, trying to put this truth out there, this information. So Wayne, what I'd like to do is, I know you've been doing the homework a little bit more than I have on this for the last couple of days. I took some time off, quite frankly. And could you just bring us up to speed on this helium cloud and why it's so important?
Well, yeah, because, all right, we have to take a couple of positions here. And the first position has to be, is this real? Is this, quote unquote, some sort of fake news? And we're using their instruments, their data. Their data tells us that this is true, this is out there, all right? So if that's the case, now we have to begin to put the other pieces together. What does this mean? Is this, in fact, an indication of a potential brown dwarf interacting with this cloud in our sun? It seems that that's kind of where things are leading to. So what does that mean for planet Earth? Well, it means that the inhabitants, all living things on this planet, are going to be subjected to different environments that we as a species and as a planet have not encountered, or at least not that we have in recent modern man records.
Right. So just to kind of back up a step, what is this helium cloud that we're talking about?
Well, I just did a video, oddly enough. In fact, I'll just kind of pull it up here for you so you can actually see the PowerPoint. Can you see that?
Absolutely, and thank you, Wayne, for sharing your slides.
So what I've done is that I've come in here and explained to everyone what distance we're talking about, because quite frankly, I had to stop and think about this after I saw Todd's video. Then I saw BP's and Jeff's and the others that are now we're getting the word out. And I had to stop and say, well, when we talk about a cloud, how big are we talking about? Well, as it turns out, we're talking about a big cloud. There you go. That's
So there we have it. You heard Wayne going on about the galactic core, and basically Steve's there talking about it as well. We're just being lied to by media all the time. The thing is, the public seem to believe everything that the media says, and I believe that it's because of Nemesis and Nibiru and its moons that are basically affecting our shadows of the skies, affecting our plant life and our animals and everything. It's so important that we know the truth. We are in a binary system, and people must now understand this. Subscribers, they all know it now. They all know it. And it's true what Steve says. We are being attacked every single day. They're trying to cover the truth to what's really going on. I mean, look on this Sydney cam. Look at the timestamp. Look how dark it is on the horizons. Things are changing so much now. They are lying to us. Media are just coming out with different telltale stories all the time. Here you can see on this Aruba cam as well. Look how the plasma is showing on these horizons. The simulator is beaming hard, and you can see basically reflections. This strange yellowness. The strange yellowness on the buildings. It's getting dark. It really is getting dark. And also, just very important to keep looking and monitoring all the cams. I'm up all sorts of times, all hours through the night sometimes, to check to see what I can see and produce this on the screen for you. You can see on this Australia cam, this live cam, look how dark it is over there as well. With their timestamp and the skies and the horizon, you can see the Nemesis system on the horizon there. And those natural clouds being burnt, the hydrogen being burnt off them. It's too dark. Look up the skies. It's too dark. It's like a grey colour. It's not a blue anymore. Australia's being affected with it as well. All over the world's the same. We're getting these huge reflections now. The pinkness on the skies. It's all clear. To me it is now as well. It's very, very clear. To subscribers that subscribe, it's very, very clear. Look at the grass on the land. It's red. It's like a pink reflected colour. These heavenly bodies are here. And the media are telling lies again, saying it's something else. The media always lies and makes excuses to say it's something else. Don't panic. We're all going to be okay. Well, let me tell you something. We're not. We're heading for a pole shift very shortly, because the Earth is going to get agitated so much, rocking back and forwards. We can't tell this is happening because we're just small beings on this planet. We can't tell. It's this huge, huge global object that we're spinning round through the vastness of space around the orbit of the sun. And basically now, I think, as I said before in the video earlier on, that when we head again towards our sun through the summer period, we're going to start seeing the changes, because it's going to be burning twice as much up there in the skies. Last year it was strange, and this year it's stranger. So look how dark it is on this Australian cam. Australia should be bright and blue skies, but no, it's dim and dark. The darkness has arrived. This is a Virgin Island cam. You can see the wind and look at the sun where it's burning the hydrogen off the clouds. Look at the natural clouds, how low they're getting. Look on the horizon where you've got the reflections from Nemesis. Now, I have told you through the whole of this footage, it's so important to look at the ground as well. Look on the sea, you can see the purple and the pink reflections from the Nemesis system, the Nibiru. It's all there on the cams. We are in December. December shouldn't be like this. Look at the dimness and the darkness. These are the starting sightings of what's to follow after. The binary twin is up there with the sun. It's absolutely up there now. You really need to know this. It's so important to prep, because if you were there on this cam, you would think to yourself, what is all this pinkness going on? What's with the sun being these colors? Red sky at night, shepherd's delight is not now. Shouldn't be now. Should a long time gone. We are now being heated up by the binary twin. The brown dwarf star is heating us up because Earth is the furthest away from the sun now in the winter period. This is absolutely showing you that our skies have changed. The normal clouds are burning away as they're chemtrailing with these military planes up there now. They're chemtrailing up there with military planes. And basically, I just feel so frustrated because at the end of the day, I know what's going on. I have seen this progress through the months and the years. The skies are completely different and the reflections are here now. They really are here now. It's so important to look at the reflections. It really is. Look at here as well in the Bahamas. You can see that smart boat on the left hand side. You can see where the reflections, the pinkness is reflecting off the boat. And also above you can see the plasma and the grey clouds. Now this is the binary twin that's reflecting. You can even see the pinkness on the around the pool at the left hand side just below where the boat is. And also on the water is all the pinkness now. These reflections are from the heavenly bodies. It's time now. The weather is erratic. It is time. And media are not saying a thing. The biggest event in history is now. Let me tell you something. If I was walking around this area in the daytime there with my glass of wine or just wandering around on the beach, I'd be looking up at the sky thinking, what is going on? What is going on? Look at the sky. Look in the horizon. Nemesis is showing its reflection on the horizon. 100% you can see the pinkness there. The lowered clouds. Our natural sun is burning the hydrogen of them. Look how dark it is. It's too dark for 2 p.m. 2 p.m. in the afternoon over there. It is too dark. Those reflections are coming in heavily now. I wish I could just reach out to them people and tell them that there's something going on up there in the skies. We have got a 3,600 year orbit, the binary twin Nibiru and the moon's Helion. They're all in our inner solar system reflecting off our land now. And as I said before, news media are lying through their teeth now because they don't want the government to be exposed. Because the truth is out there now. You've got to see these skies for yourself now. I believe that many people, there's billions of people that are open to the situation. They know what's going on. A lot of them don't want to say anything. They don't want to upset their families, and I respect that. But if you look on the horizons, you can see them reflections pumping through. They're moving. The sun is burning twice as much now. Please look at these skies very carefully on this cam. It's so important because at the end of the day, as I spoke to Scott on the interview, he's a very truthful guy. He's very passionate for what he says. Everything is going on. Everything is different now in our skies. Everything's different in our skies, you know. I basically, before, as you said, I've got my camcorders and my telescopes, and I look at the stars. That's my thing. I've done photography for 2 years, and I enjoy my job. I wasn't very good at talking at the beginning of the shows and things, and not very good, but basically I just want to just speak through the videos and be truthful and to let people know that what's going on. Scott's fantastic at talking through his videos, and so Steve Olson and Wayne. They know their stuff. But there's Cryptic Star, another guy, a great man that basically sees things. He knows what's going on up there as well, you know. Fantastic guy. And I'm just wanted to prove to you and show you the footage. You know, it's so important that many people see what's going on with our skies. And we need to form an alliance. It's so important. because these skies are proving to us now that the binary twin is here. You can see on the cam, on this live cam now. The live cam says it all. The wrong time of the day, 2 o'clock in the afternoon now. Yeah, look how dark it is. It truly is getting dark now. But us humans have got so used to this now, so used to the chemtrails, so used to the darkness, covering the sun to make it darker, because now the binary twin is covering it. The binary twin now is covering our sun very slowly now. It's coming in. Sooner or later it's going to be too dark and people are going to start looking up and wondering what's going on. They really are. It's so unfair that the government have tricked us. They're hiding these situations. And I've had some fantastic emails come in now with different images. Some of the images I'm not able to open up for security reasons. I don't understand that, but I'm going to keep trying so I can put them images out there. Look at the skies carefully. You can see other objects up there in the skies, other heavenly bodies, and basically on the Mexico cams that Dil Martin does as well. Fantastic, showing the truth, because they do show everything on them Mexico cams. On these cams as well, around the world, it's so important because it's happening everywhere, absolutely everywhere now. So I want to say a big thank you to everybody for subscribing to the channel and viewing the footage. It's so good that we are all a community now, and we're being strong about it. We don't want to be infected by the shills and the trolls. They don't want us to see the truth. They don't want us to see the skies. Because please tell me this now, if these skies are normal, then basically I'll eat my hat, because let me tell you something. They are not normal. They really are not normal skies. They're strange. And because the binary twin is coming in now, our sun is throwing out so many solar flares now through the solar system. It takes 8 minutes, as I said before, to get here. It's bashing our atmosphere. The ozone layer is absolutely gone now. It's finished. The jet stream is just all over the place. It's erratic. I've showed you the charts, and I will show you the charts again in another video. I'm just going to keep going to the very end. The earthquakes are getting worse. It's the reflections that we're seeing first. We are seeing the reflections from the heavenly bodies, and they are coming in. And they will keep coming and getting stronger and stronger until people turn around and think, hold on, why is our skies red and not blue anymore? And once they see those heavenly bodies in the sky, Nemesis, the Brown Dwarf, and Nibiru, once they come in, you will never trust government, NASA. You will never trust them again, because these objects are out there. They're lying to us, and we really must stand together now and be strong. Really, we must be strong, and respect to Chris Potter as well, because Chris will be watching the channel and all the other channels. He knows that this situation is here. He's very, very passionate about this, and so am I, and so is all the other channels. We must stick together, because at the end of the day, this is coming in now. It really is coming in. These chem clouds, they don't hardly move much because they're thick with poisons and aluminium and barium and other bloods and things. It's just disgusting what they're throwing up there in the skies, and we're breathing this in every day. And the other thing that's pointing the finger at the situation is basically here in England, as I said before, temperatures are rising. It's not cold. Now the thing is, the binary twin is heating our planet up now. And Mr. Ian Gordon, the weatherman, that basically gives me all the weather reports and things and checks the skies and everything, he knows the binary twin's here now. He's seen it for himself. He knows our sun is in having a big problem now. The sun's core is burning too hot now. Anyway, I'll go to the next cam. Here is a Brazil cam. Look on the skyline, the pinkness and the reflections and darkness. 4 p.m. is very dark over there in Brazil. So we're catching this everywhere, all over the place. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back on the weather cams and all the other cams tomorrow. I'm going to go on some UK cams and parts of America as well. And I want to say respect to everybody that's following the channel. Because all I want to do basically is show you what I see in the skies. There's no lies. It's all truth. I am seeing what I'm seeing, and I'm seeing darkness. I am seeing pure darkness, and I know that the binary twin is here. I have read lots of books, and I listen to the John Moore radio show as well very frequently. He's a very kind man, and he does a good show. His documentaries, he speaks the truth. The government just think, nah, they're not going to believe it. But it's true. We have to believe this now. It's very important. Because as Prep Aussie said, and I respect Prep Aussie, fantastic guy that shows truth, and he basically, all his documents of what he's, all his work and everything's fantastic. So respect to you, Prep. And also, and he said to me as well, we just want to save lives. We need to let more people know and understand that this situation is coming. So anyway, respect to you all, and I'll be back on the weather cams and the other cams around the world tomorrow. Have a great evening.